Then they promoted it on all the search engines.
Like Google, Yahoo, and Bing?
Exactly. And Web.com has helped grow my business so much, I had to bring on new staff.
Hey, if Web.com did it for you, they're perfect for me.
Call now, 1-800-535-8815. That's 1-800-535-8815. Again, 1-800-535-8815.
Have you had trouble with online dating? This is eHarmony founder Dr. Neil Clark Warren. We've created a new solution, EH+. EH Plus combines the personal attention of a matchmaker with eHarmony's extensive pool of great singles. EH Plus gives you hand-selected matches and freedom from being online. Get started today. Call 855-930-LOVE. That's 855-930-LOVE.
This is KCAA.
Consider this your invitation to sell. At buysellmakeoffer.com, you can sell as much as you want for the next 60 days without paying any fees whatsoever. Sound incredible? It is, and it's true. Buysellmakeoffer.com is the new exciting way to sell your stuff online. Make extra money right now. Sell your old car, furniture, video games, household items, clothes, even your home. Sell anything that's legal. Load up your stuff to sell right now at buysellmakeoffer.com. This is your official invitation to get on board to sell your stuff right now. Free for the next 60 days. And once you see how easy it is, you'll want to sign up for more because there are no item fees. That's right. Take this opportunity to move items from the other guys and sell it for free. You might even win a Samsung tablet, Amazon gift cards, and other cool prizes. BuySellMakeOffer.com is the future of online selling. You can use Skype to talk to your buyer or seller. Plus, you can use video to showcase your items. BuySellMakeOffer.com.
Leading with over 4 million searches, the 2015 U.S. Open Championship is in full effect. Marian Cilic is the defending champion in the men's single event, while Serena Williams is the 3-time defending champion in the women's single event. Get this, it's the 135th edition of the U.S. Open, the 4th and final Grand Slam event of the year. Also trending with over 500,000 searches, more cast members for season 21 Dancing with the Stars were revealed. Paula Deen, Tamar Braxton, Kim Zolciak Bierman, and Alex Galartos are all joining together to put on their dancing shoes. Many people are saying on social media this may be one of the most entertaining seasons yet. And after Kanye West went on a rant while accepting the award for the video Vanguard at the VMAs, West announced his run for presidency in the year 2020.
I have decided in 2020 to run for president.
His announcement lit social media on fire. Many people say they're looking forward to see if he really runs. This had over 500,000 searches. I'm Successful Brim with what's trending this week on KCAA 1050 AM. The station that leaves no listener behind.
Hi, I'm John Elway. Did you know that John Elway's Crown Toyota is the largest volume Toyota dealer in the Inland Empire? Here to give you the details is the General Sales Manager, Kara Brindley.
Well, at John Elway's Crown Toyota, we listen to you. And ever since we've changed to our new process, we post our one price, which is our best price, up front on every single vehicle. Now, customers are telling me they look forward to buying their next car from us.
So come visit John Elway's Crown Toyota today in the Giant Ontario Auto Center where the 10 and 15 meet.
One price, simple, no games.
E-Digits. Lock them in for more information, recreation, and guaranteed fun. KCAA 1050 AM.
Woohoo! It's open season on KCAA. Open season with Larry Burnett, Fred Wallen, and Mark Mancini. 3 sports guys dropping gloves, tackling issues, and swinging for the fences. Now, here's your host, Larry Burnett.
Alrighty, it is that time again, open season time on KCAA AM 1050. We're streaming at kcaaradio.com and happy to have it with us on a Friday afternoon. I'm Larry Burnett. Open season is being brought to you by John Elway's Crown Toyota in Ontario. They've got a comprehensive selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs, and their service department, well, it is second to none. So stop by and say hello to our friends at John Elway's Crown Toyota. They are ready to help you at 1201 Kettering Drive in Ontario. Tell them you heard all about them right here on Open Season. Our phone number, if you'd like to call in, 888-909-1050. That's 888-909-1050. We have Mark Mad Mancini back with us once again this week. And Fred Wallen will be picking college football games and talking NFL odds tonight. He's a rambler and a gambler and a sweet-talking ladies' man. and he loves his lovin' like he loves his freedom. Welcome, guys. Open season on the air once again. How about that for a lead-in, Fred?
I had never heard that about me before, but Larry, I appreciate it very much. My wife, I certainly hope, appreciated it as much, and thank you very, very much. And hey, Mark, how are you feeling tonight?
Well, I'll tell you, I'm revved up. I've got the cannons lit, and I've got them loaded. And when this segment comes to me, I'm going to send a couple on the 405.
Oh, man, the warning is out there. Keep your powder dry for just a couple of seconds. Our special guest on Open Season today is going to be Sam Bam Cunningham, 1972 Trojan National Championship team, Pro Bowl player for the New England Patriots. And we're going to talk some Trojan football. We'll talk some NFL. We'll talk about the Brady thing, all kinds of stuff going on. And, there's been a lot happening in sports in the last week since we had our last open season show. So let's fire up the teletype topics and get right to it. We've got Joe Pagano on the keyboards this week once again. Fire up the teletype, Joe. All right, first we're going to the NFL. It's a very Brady verdict and very bad for the NFL. Washington is kissing cousins and blowing off RG3. Can we say that on the air? To the ponies. American Pharaoh falters, but his jockey races off to dance with the stars. What? In the U.S. Open tennis, is Serena sweating it, struggling, or is she in grand form? The Dodgers play giant killers, then hit the road for a 4-day podcast. The Angels in a wild card scramble. Hey, don't feel like the Lone Rangers. Donald Trump slams Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Verbally, of course. In college football, the Trojans kick off against the Red Wolves of Ark State. The Bruins suspend all Uber passes for Saturday's game against Virginia at the Rose Bowl. Hey, call the cops. They're stealing home again in Major League Baseball. Vin Scully says it's time for one more year of Dodger baseball. Oh, bless you, Vinny. If only we could see you on TV. Those just some of the stories making headlines in the last week here on KCAA, where our motto is, if it's news in sports, it's news to us. More teletype. We need more teletype.
More teletype?
I need more cowbell. Gotta have more cowbell.
Let's go cowbell.
All right, let's go with the NFL. First of all, here's a story of a man named Brady. Marsha, Goodell. Good grief. Mark Mancini, you're fired up and ready to go. What do you think about the judge overturning the suspension of Tom Brady?
Well, we all know the Minister of Defense, God rest his soul, was Reggie White. But there's a new Minister of Defense that just sacked Roger Goodell for about a 15-yard loss, and that's Judge Berman. Roger Goodell is 0-5. If you're 0-5 in most games in football, it's time to be shown the door. The NFL owners now, it's a little bit of a head-scratcher. You've got to be able to show this guy the door. He thought he was the judge, the jury, and the executioner. Tom Brady tried to say, hey, man, I'm going to give you a game, and I'm just going to say maybe I intended this thing. But they wanted more, so Roger Goodell moved all his chips and put him in, and he was all in, and now he's trying to appeal it. This guy has done nothing right with everything from Bountygate to Deflategate to Hardy to the Saints to the Ray Rice thing.
Mark, all the NFL owners care about is money. Under his auspices, they have made billions of dollars. That's all they care about. They might get rid of him. They might not get rid of him. But believe me, it's not something that's going to happen like overnight, no matter how many mistakes he makes, because all they care about is how many dollars they can squeeze from the public, and they're squeezing more every single day. According to Team Marketing out of Chicago, average family of four, Mark, to an NFL game, it's $450, and it's going up, not down. So the point being, and if there's a team or two that moves to L.A., that's going to go up because obviously in L.A. everything is going to go up. The bottom line is going to be $500 or $475 for a family of four. So, yeah, he's made a mistake. But I got to tell you something. Brady's not innocent. Nowhere, I read the entire 40-something pages. Never did the Judge Berman say that Tom Brady didn't do it. It's the way the NFL went about it. The word is discovery. Both sides have to know what the other side knows. The NFL under Ted Wells did not give the information to the union. That's the number one reason that Richard Berman overturned the 4-game suspension. So don't tell me Tom Brady's innocent. I don't believe he's innocent. There's not a ball boy gets fired. An equipment manager gets fired. He's not going to do that. He's not going to lower the pressure on the football unless somebody above him told him to do so. So if it's not Brady, it's Belichick.
Well, this was
the bottom line. So, I mean, you just can't say Brady's innocent. The NFL made a mistake legally, and they blew the case.
And it was a procedural thing as well. Listen, they took something that amounted to a pimple on the butt of Kim Kardashian and turned it into Vesuvius. I mean, there's no reason for this thing to get pushed the way it did. We had Lee Steinberg on the show a couple of weeks ago, the super agent, and he said, everybody messes with the footballs. What he would have told Tom Brady to do back in January was to say, I told the guys to take some air out. I kind of like it that way. I'm sorry about it. They might have gotten a fine. It might have been over. But Lee also said, and I thought it was very interesting, he said the commissioner, Goodell, does a very good job of negotiating contracts. He's good with doing TV deals. But when it comes to the disciplinary side of things, he's completely lost in space. There's no question about that. I wouldn't be surprised if the owners take some of that authority away from him, because if you fumble the ball 5 or 6 times the way that Roger Goodell has, you should be cut.
Well, again, last year, the first issue was Ray Rice. First, he suspended him for 2 games. The whole world went crazy saying that's not enough. You saw a second tape. Then he says 10 games. So your point might be well taken, Larry. He's not consistent. He listens to the public. He listens to what people say, and he changes his mind. I'll be sorry. If I'm the NFL, I'd rather have somebody who sticks to what he said originally. I think he'd come up much stronger. But I still don't think he's going to be fired like overnight because he's made billions of dollars. You said it, Larry. He's very good in the thing that they care about the most.
The money.
Negotiation, monetary negotiation. He doesn't lose many of those. He just loses court cases.
All right, Fred, let's talk about what the impact of Brady being able to play next Thursday in the opener has on the odds as far as the Patriots are concerned right now.
Oh, I got to tell you this. You're not going to. This is something really interesting, folks. The only positive of Deflategate in Fred's mind would be the following. I know, Larry, you're not a big gambler. I don't know if Mark is or not, but a lot of our listeners on Kcaa and Open Season might be into handicapping. The word is middle. You're looking to middle a game, which means you've got numbers in the middle that you can actually win both sides. For example, the Patriots opened 2.5-point favored over the Steelers. That's when they didn't think Brady was going to play, okay? The line tonight is 7. Now get this. If you'd bet $110 on New England minus the 2.5, and now what you do is you bet $110 on Pittsburgh taking the 7, you've got, if it ends 3, 4, 5, or 6 with New England winning, you've got 20-1 odds. You win $2,000 for your $100 bet. The casinos always have you by the neck. The bookmakers always have you by the neck. Because of Deflategate, we can have them by the neck, and I swear to you, I have a slight bet on New England minus the 2.5. I will be calling a friend. I'm praying it goes up to 7.5. I don't think it will, because then it'll give us another number to hit. I think it's going to stick at 7. But at this point, I have 20-1. My $110 can be worth $2,000 if New England wins by 3, 4, 5, or 6. I push at 7, and I still win the $100 on the other bet. So I got to tell you, I love Deflategate. And because the middle is the worst word that a casino owner could ever hear. If he's middled, he loses on both sides.
And also interesting, Goodell getting a lot of flack for things, but don't you know that next Thursday's game is going to have incredible ratings when Tom Brady comes out on that field to play against the Steelers on national TV. We're going to take our first time out. Open Season being brought to you by John Elway's Crown Toyota in Ontario. College football coming up next. USC and UCLA kicking off this weekend. And then we'll be talking with Sam Bam Cunningham. And we continue here on Open Season on KCAA AM 1050.
Hi, I'm John Elway. Did you know that John Elway's Crown Toyota is the largest volume Toyota dealer in the Inland Empire? Here to give you the details is the General Sales Manager, Kara Brindley.
Well, at John Elway's Crown Toyota, we listen to you. And ever since we've changed to our new process, we post our one price, which is our best price, up front on every single vehicle. Now, customers are telling me they look forward to buying their next car from us.
So come visit John Elway's Crown Toyota today in the Giant Ontario Auto Center where the 10 and 15 meet.
One price, simple, no games.
Ever wonder how celebrities get their skin red carpet ready? Look no further than the Fire and Ice Facial from Is Clinical, available at Nina MD Beverly Hills. The Fire and Ice Facial is an amazing clinical treatment designed to rapidly and safely regenerate the skin, reducing fine lines and wrinkles for an envious glow, while smoothing and softening to achieve that ageless face. Excellent for all skin types and ages, Is Clinical's Fire and Ice Facial is a celebrity favorite and provides dramatic results with no downtime, peeling, or side effects. The Fire and Ice Facial is normally $215, but call 310-777-7511 now. Mention this ad and pay only $179. That's over $35 in savings just by mentioning this ad. Don't miss out on glowing and radiant skin from Is Clinical and Nina MD Beverly Hills. For more info, visit ninamd.com or call 310-777-7511. That's 310-777-7511. Ever wonder how celebrities get their skin red carpet ready? Look no further than the Fire and Ice Facial from Is Clinical, available at Nina MD Beverly Hills. The Fire and Ice Facial is an amazing clinical treatment designed to rapidly and safely regenerate the skin, reducing fine lines and wrinkles for an envious glow, while smoothing and softening to achieve that ageless face. Excellent for all skin types and ages, Is Clinical's Fire and Ice Facial is a celebrity favorite and provides dramatic results with no downtime, peeling, or side effects. The Fire and Ice Facial is normally $215, but call 310-777-7511 now. Mention this ad and pay only $179. That's over $35 in savings just by mentioning this ad. Don't miss out on glowing and radiant skin from Is Clinical and Nina MD Beverly Hills. For more info, visit ninamd.com or call 310-777-7511. That's 310-777-7511.
KCAA is your CNBC News affiliate. We're the station that gets down to business.
All right, back once again on Open Season. Larry Burnett, Fred Wallen, Mark Mancini talking sports with you on KCAA AM 1050. Our phone number here, if you'd like to call in, 888-909-1050. And Wayne from Fontana has joined us on Open Season. Wayne, thanks for calling in. What's on your mind?
Hey, how you doing?
Doing good.
Good. I know the federal judge didn't find Brady innocent in deflating footballs. You know, he found that Goodell completely overstepped his boundaries in punishing Brady. You know, are there no consequences for Brady?
Well, not at this point. I appreciate the call, Wayne. Thanks for calling in. At this point, the NFL is appealing the decision. But that could take months and months and months. And it looks as though, at least for this season, Brady is pretty safe. 888-909-1050 is our number. Bunch of college football games going on. Baylor is getting a test from SMU. They've got 11:43 to go in the third, and Baylor up just 28-21. Michigan State is leading Western Michigan 27-10. That one is in the third. And coming up later, Washington going against Boise State University. We're talking college football. Last night, Michigan lost in Utah 24-17. That was Jim Harbaugh's debut. Michigan will host Oregon State coming up next. TCU just got by Minnesota last night. Arizona and Oklahoma State got wins. But let's talk about USC, Fred Wallen, hosting Arkansas State. It'll be an 8 o'clock game at the Coliseum. Cody Kessler leading the show. What do we expect from the Trojans?
They're a 4-touchdown favored. Obviously, it's a scrimmage. I mean, it's like Cal against Grambling on Saturday also, and a lot of schools do this. I don't know if it makes any sense. They pay Arkansas State a lot of money to come and get clobbered. Cody, you know, based on TCU and the way Baylor's playing tonight, I mean, the point is Kessler's got a shot if he plays well the entire season, and if SC can, if close to run the table or win 10 or 11 games, he's got a shot for the Heisman, even though right now he'd be rated 7th or 8th. But he's got a shot because they got enough wide receivers to score a lot of points. They're a 4-touchdown favorite. I don't touch it, of course, with a 4-touchdown favorite. But I would like to say this. I saw the Michigan game last night against Utah. Two things. Utah's pretty good.
Yes, they are.
I think Whittingham might be the best coach in the Pac-12. Michigan's going to have a long season. I'm going to enjoy watching Jim Harbaugh lose his hair. I think he's going to go nuts. I think he's going to go nuts. So I really do. They're going to win. 5 games. I don't think they're going to win more. All my cousins are from Michigan. Okay, so I don't wish them bad luck. In fact, I'm sort of a Michigan fan. Watching them last night, they don't have a quarterback, or at least they didn't have a quarterback last night.
Yeah, Rudick played last night.
Yeah, and he didn't look. He's from Iowa.
And they only had 3 interceptions. So
right, he did not look too sharp, and it was 24-10, ends up 24-17. It wasn't really that close. Utah covered the spread. Michigan's in trouble. Michigan's not going to. You don't have to worry about. You're not going to have to worry about Michigan against Michigan State or Michigan against Ohio State this time around. Harbaugh's got problems.
Well, let's see if there's humility anywhere in the Harbaugh family after this season is over. Mark Mancini, what are you thinking about USC this weekend with Arkansas State?
Well, I see when I look at the schedule, the first 2 are cream puffs and donuts, and I don't need to see that if you're rated number 8 in the country. And, if I'm going to put $200 down to watch this kind of game, I know the results. Getting back to Michigan, I think Harbaugh turns programs around, Fred. He turned Stanford around. He turned the 49ers around.
Yeah, but not this year.
He turned the Michigan program around. I don't know. I'm going to go on a limb, guys, and I'm not smoking anything. I think Michigan has a better record than USC this year.
Okay, we're going to cut that limb off right now, Larry. You got a saw?
You might want to start smoking something.
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to happen at all. Anyway, we got USC and Arkansas State, and then UCLA hosting Virginia. That's an afternoon game at the Rose Bowl. And, of course, the big story is Josh Rosen being the starting quarterback there. But Ishmael Adams was arrested and suspended indefinitely. He was arrested by UCLA police 3:36 in the morning on Sunday for, and I don't get this at all, using force to rob an Uber driver of his cell phone. But this is a guy who can be very dynamic on the field, and they're going to miss him against a pretty good Virginia team. Right?
I'll tell you, though, the craziness of this, and again, we're talking odds. And, folks, if you want to give us a call, please, 888-909-1050. You want to talk about any of the numbers. This game opened, UCLA was like a 14-point favorite. This morning, they're 19.5. Fred has to pass on this game. I'm not, if I was going to wager it, I would have waited.
Is Fred some guy in the room there, or some guy that you know? Is that you, Fred?
My Uncle Fred.
Oh, Fred. Okay.
My Uncle Fred, yeah. Anyways, it jumped 5.5 points. Again, and last year, the interesting thing, if you watch the game, UCLA beat them 28-20. The offense didn't beat them. The defense beat them. They had a couple of defensive touchdowns that turned that game around. I don't know who's going to win. It is on Channel 11 here locally in L.A., Fox across America. So they're thinking UCLA is going to have a pretty good team. They could cover the 3-touchdown spread, now 19.5 points. It'll be fun to watch. And, I got a list here, Larry and Mark. And Larry and I are a little older than Mark. When Larry and I were growing up in the 60s, what did we have, 1 or 2 games on the weekend?
Oh, yeah.
Max?
Yeah.
Max?
Yeah.
I got a list here from USA Today. If you started last night through Monday, you've got like 45 games all on national TV versus 2 games that we had 40 or 50 years ago. Is the world going nuts or what?
Hey, Mark, jump in here a little bit because you were really high on Brett Hundley going to the Packers. He had a really nice game for them last night through 4 touchdown passes. He's playing well, and we just got word today that Matt Barkley, former USC quarterback, traded by the Eagles to the Cardinals for a pick. So it looks as though there's room for Tim Tebow in Philadelphia. But you might have been right on the mark on Brett Hundley. He could be a good backup for Green Bay.
Well, the difference between UCLA and USC is Jim Mora, and you brought up that nice compliment about the Uber and getting cut. They don't play around in UCLA. No matter how talented you are, you do something stupid, it's time to go off the team. He's cracking the whip in UCLA. And all these people that said Brett Hundley wouldn't last in the NFL, he's learning under one of the best in the business in Aaron Rodgers. So 4 TDs yesterday. I think he's going to have a nice career. I kind of thought the days were numbered for Matt Barkley in Philly. Chip Kelly likes versatile guys. Tim Tebow, versatile guy. Matt Barkley, just one-dimensional. You got to fit that system, and we'll see what happens, with Matt Barkley in Arizona now.
Well, Sam Bradford's not exactly the most versatile guy out there, and he's going to be their starting quarterback.
Well, you got to keep him upright, and then, Philly might have a cheesesteak party.
Hey, listen, I'll tell you one thing I like. We talked about some of these cream puffs that really good teams are playing in the first weeks of the season. I like the fact Bama's opening up against Wisconsin tomorrow night. We see Ohio State and Virginia Tech on Monday night. Fred, what are your picks? Some of the games you're looking at this weekend.
You know, it's interesting. On Saturday, I've got a couple of thoughts. BYU, I think is better than people rate them. And also, you know, it's interesting. If you're an independent, you really can't lose any games. You really can't. Now, Nebraska's got a new coach, and Mike Riley's a great coach. Bronco Mendenhall is a fine coach for BYU. You're getting points. And 7 Nebraska guys are not playing for disciplinary reasons. I think BYU can win this game straight up. So I like the BYU Cougars to beat Nebraska. I also really like Notre Dame to play it close against Texas. Texas to play it close against Notre Dame. Brian Kelly's not my favorite guy on earth. We all know the story 4 years ago when he had to practice outside. The student photographer gets on the roof, falls off, and dies.
Right.
He doesn't take responsibility. Notre Dame doesn't take responsibility. Before that, of course, he's at Cincinnati. They're undefeated, and the Bearcats, of course, are a basketball school, as Larry, you know, and Mark, you know.
Yep.
He leaves them before the bowl game, and they lose the bowl game. This is Brian Kelly. So he's never my favorite coach. You're up against a good coach in Coach Strong at Texas. I think Texas can cover a 9.5-point spread. And If you remember how the Irish ended the season last year, they ended horribly. I don't think they're going to come back. I think Texas could, if not win this game straight up, play it to the final few seconds.
What about that Virginia-UCLA game?
Well, again, it jumped from 14 to 19.5, so I can't wager on it. But I think UCLA will win the game. I think they're at home. I think I have seen Josh Rosen play a couple times on Fox last year and the year before. He's an awfully talented quarterback. They've got the other 10 offensive guys coming back from last season. They'll score points. Virginia's got a good defense. I think UCLA will win, but I'm not giving 3 touchdowns.
By the way, the U.S. Open tennis championships are underway in New York, and they've got all kinds of heat and humidity up there. Serena Williams has struggled through the early matches, and she struggled today against Bethany Maddox-Sands, lost the first set 6-3, came back to win the second set 7-5, and got a 6-love in the third set, so she advances and she continues on her course for that calendar Grand Slam. Well, Fred, what are your thoughts about these cream puff teams that some of these colleges are playing? And listen, I realize it's kind of like a preseason for college football, but I sure like it a lot better when I'm seeing a Wisconsin-Bama matchup than somebody playing Louisiana-Monroe.
It's 100% correct, but you see, these other schools need the $350,000
exactly
to continue their program, so they're more than willing to lose by 4 or 5 touchdowns, make the money, and try to build the program up. I agree with you, though. I'd rather see the Wisconsin-Alabama type games. There's no question about that. But almost every school plays 1 or 2 cream puffs on their schedule to balance it out. And and injuries. Let's say you've got a couple injuries. If you're going to play a cream puff, you can still win, and then the guy can come back the next week against a tougher opponent. So It does make some sense.
Yeah.
Mark, before we go to the break, I got to say one more time, Larry and I totally disagree with you. We're both taking USC.
Well, no,
more
but I'm
wins
looking at
than
Michigan.
the University of
Michigan
Michigan,
Utah
and maybe not
schedule.
even close.
Oregon put Michigan State on their schedule right out of the bat. They're not whacking up on Arkansas States and Idaho's. And I understand, get money for the schools, but if you want to be rated in the top 10, I need to see a top 10 schedule every time. I don't need to see a cream puff and a donut.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you on that. And you would think, with strength of schedule being so important now as far as the rankings and things are concerned and for the playoff system, that we'd see more of that. But sometimes it takes a while for these colleges and the athletic directors to turn their calendars around and their schedules around. We're going to take a quick time out. Our open season program this Friday night being brought to you by John Elway's Crown Toyota in Ontario. Glad to have them with us. And coming up, Sam Bam Cunningham. We're going to talk Trojan football. We'll talk the Patriots. And this is a guy, he and his teammates made some history just about 45 years ago in Alabama. We'll talk about that when we come back on Open Season. Our phone number, 888-909-1050, if you'd like to join us on the program, and we hope that you do on KCAA AM 1050.
Hi, I'm John Elway. Did you know that John Elway's Crown Toyota is the largest volume Toyota dealer in the Inland Empire? Here to give you the details is the General Sales Manager, Kcaa Brindley.
Well, at John Elway's Crown Toyota, we listen to you. And ever since we've changed to our new process, we post our one price, which is our best price, up front on every single vehicle. Now, customers are telling me they look forward to buying their next car from us.
So come visit John Elway's Crown Toyota today in the Giant Ontario Auto Center where the 10 and 15 meet.
One price, simple, no games.
Have you ever gone to use a flashlight and the batteries were dead or the inside of the flashlight corroded, only having to throw it away? Or in a location where you had no way to charge your cell phone or camera? Well, all that has changed. Now there's Hybrid Light. The Hybrid Light brings the best of both worlds together with a strong 160 lumen LED light that lasts 12 hours on a single charge, and after a recharge from any light or power source, you're ready to go again. Hybrid Light lasts 7 long years and is even waterproof, and also contains a USB port to plug in your cell phone or camera to give you that special charge when you're not near an outlet. All this for the low price of $39.95 with promo code GARY. Call 1-800-297-8109 and be the first to have this great tool, or go to our website, hybridlight.com. That's 800-297-8109 or hybridlight.com, hybridlight.com, and don't forget to use promo code GARY.
If you're trying to prevent home foreclosure, you need a law firm with extensive experience representing clients in protecting their homes from foreclosure. The Goodman Law Firm is a nationwide team of mortgage mitigation attorneys that provides legal advice and expertise you can trust. Our nationwide network includes local of-counsel foreclosure attorneys to represent you during the mortgage mitigation process. The Goodman firm has represented homeowners across the nation in resolving their troubled mortgages. We have the experience and the knowledge you can count on to best represent your interests. The banks have attorneys fighting to protect their interests, and so should you. Call the Goodman Law Firm at 888-800-6030. Take control of your mortgage situation today. Contact us at 888-800-6030 or through our website at arnoldgoodmanlaw.com.
You're listening to KCAA, your good neighbor along the way.
Welcome back once again to Open Season. Larry Burnett, Mark Mancini, Fred Wallen with you here on a Friday night. We're talking sports, and happy to have joining us now Sam Bam Cunningham, former running back for the USC Trojans and the New England Patriots. Won a championship in the NCAA in 1972 under John McKay, and was a Pro Bowler with the New England Patriots. Sam, thanks so much for coming on the show. Really appreciate it.
Well, thanks for having me. It's a pleasure.
Looking forward to chatting with you along the way. We've been talking about USC football, looking ahead to tomorrow's opener. What are your thoughts on the Trojans this year?
Well, kind of like you guys, I think they should have opened up with a little tougher schedule, but, you know, it is what it is, and who knows how long the schedules were made up in advance. But you know, just like you said right before, you know, the commercials, you said injured players could get well, you know, and come back to play, but also healthy players could get hurt. So, you know, it works both ways. So, you know, but I think the Trojans have a good opportunity to be something special because they got a veteran quarterback, and you know, that goes a long way in solidifying your offense and put points on the board and giving you a chance to succeed.
Mark Mancini's got a question for you. Go ahead, Mark.
Sam, pleasure joining us this evening. When I look at USC, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, strong football programs, established themselves, then you had Pete Carroll come along, take it even further. What I'm looking at now with the USC programs, are they just living off of tradition? Is it all hype now? Because it seems like if they lose one or two games, they're almost mailing in the season the rest of the way. Am I accurate with this, or am I a little off?
Well, I mean, it's. I'm pretty sure that's how college football is set up now. You know, if you don't succeed early in the season, then you're pretty much out of the running. You know, for the all the marbles in the end. You know, so you kind of have to work with your players and let them know that every game is important as any other game. You know what I mean? Because you know, everybody wants to get to that bowl championship game, and that's the only way you can win a national championship now, one that's recognized. So, my thing is, the program is a strong program, has a lot of history, has a legacy and whatnot. It's up to the head coaches and the coaches and the athletic director to make sure we're always chasing that and we're always in the hunt for that, to continue that, because there's a lot of history there, but you don't want to just live on the history. You want to live on the present. So, to a certain extent you are right, but, I think, it's the nature of college football at this moment, try to give yourself a bye without having a bye to a certain extent. You know what I mean?
Right.
Talking with Sam Bam Cunningham, former USC Trojan running back here on Open Season. Fred Wallen's up next with a question.
Hey, Sam, you were part of, and one of the most important changes in the history of collegiate football, going back to the early 1970s. John McKay and Bear Bryant made a deal. We'd play in the South. We'd play in the state of Alabama. Maybe we change this game around where the SEC and the Southeastern Conference would play African-American players. Sam Bam Cunningham had a great game, 3 touchdowns in that game. You have to be so proud of the fact you personally and your team and John McKay and Bear Bryant changed the entire game of college football for all of us.
Well, yeah, it's really, really gratifying to be a part of that, because at the time, I didn't know what was going on other than a football game. But other people, I'm sure, had an inkling of what was going to happen if we won and all that, but it's we went down as a team and we showed up and we did what we were supposed to do. We played up to our potential that evening. Now, were we a lot better than Alabama? We were better than Alabama. Alabama's a great program, but that night and at that time, they were not as good as we were that evening. And those people, those 60, 70,000 people in the stands that were privileged to watch that contest, understood that after that game was over and saw that there was a change in the wind. So to be a part of that change as an individual and as a team made of my teammates that went down there that night, and Coach McKay, Bear Bryant, very, very gratifying. And I look at football now, I look at the Southeast Conference now and realize what a part we had in it 45 years ago.
Talking with Sam Cunningham, and it was 45 years ago, September 12th on 1970, and it was the all-black backfield. It was Jimmy Jones, Clarence Davis, and Sam Cunningham. And Sam, you expected to play on special teams that day, didn't expect to get in a rush for 135 yards and 2 touchdowns. And I thought it was interesting. The assistant coach for Alabama was Jerry Claiborne that year. And he said after the game, and he wasn't taking any shots here, but his point was, he said, Sam Cunningham did more to integrate Alabama in 60 minutes than Martin Luther King did in 20 years. What were your feelings?
Well, that's a bit much to say.
It's a bit much, right?
A football player, and especially when you're comparing that person or myself to Dr. King. Dr. King is a legendary civil rights leader, and I by no means have been in any class with him. But basically what he said is, in my mind, having thinking about it over many years, is that football is like a religion in Alabama, in the South, and that's what you do on Saturday. That's what you do on Friday night. You know what I mean? So what those people saw made them understand that they had to change if they wanted their program to be successful and in the top elite tier of college football. So and that, I believe that's, he said, is in a means of that nature. Now it may have had a bit of an effect on civil rights, but not a whole lot, but it had a great effect on college football, and that's the important thing about the whole game,
Absolutely. Sam, you didn't get a great reception down in Birmingham on that day 45 years ago. But it was interesting. I saw some of your comments that said there was a lot of black-white friction on the Trojan football team itself, wasn't there?
Yeah, we had some issues, ourselves, but we were kind of always be able to put them aside and go play. I mean, every team has issues, not just that team, but every team has issues. But for that team to be involved in such a historic game, you would think, it was a team that had no problems. But every team has problems. But we were somehow able to set them to the side, play a football game, and win. I think a few games down the road in our schedule, we weren't able to do that, and we didn't play as well. We didn't achieve as we should have, and but for that matter, that team will always be remembered for its great part in college football history of changing the football.
Mark Mancini, jump in here in our final minutes.
Yeah, when you look at the New England Patriots, I couldn't help with the way it's changed now since you played with them for about 9 years, Sam. I mean, the first thing they need to do, even though they've been winning Super Bowls, is I love that logo back to the one they had before, more so than this USFL look. Your take on that whole thing, and the Patriots now relevant now to the winning Super Bowls.
Well, I love Patrick Bateman. He was like an old school football player, and just lined up in the stands. And when you saw the helmet, when you saw the logo, you understood what Patriot football was about. And that we were, the year I got there in '73, they had Jim Plunkett, Randy Vitaja. The year I got there, the year before, they had only won 2 games. So, I came from a national championship team that won 12 games to a team that wins 2 games. That probably the team I left was better than the team I went to. But Chuck Fairbanks was our coach. He drafted John Hanna, myself, Darryl Stingley. He started bringing in pieces and put a program together that was competitive. And towards the end, we were consistently in the running to get to the playoffs and get to the Super Bowl. But, in '85, they got to the '85 Super Bowl. I was gone by then. But some of the players that I played with and that were brought in by Coach Fairbanks was there. And Belichick and Parcells and all of them are off Coach Fairbanks' coaching tree. So, the effect of what he did is still there because of that, So, I mean, I love to see him play, and I love to see him win because those fans are so rabid and so they're such great fans. Even when we weren't winning, they were great fans. So, for me, it's a pleasure to watch. And I just hate to see them go through all the controversy that they go through, Spygate and Deflategate. Who knows what gate it'd be next.
Yeah. I like those old helmets, too. Sam Cunningham is our guest on Open Season. He's doing some work with Goals for Life Foundation. What's that all about, Sam?
Well, basically, Goals for Life is a mentoring program that they work with high schools and middle schools, and they have male academies, and they have players come out and talk to the kids as young men, and not, they're not athletes. Some are athletes, some are just regular kids. And, just talk to them about life, talk to them about their goals, talk to them about their motivation, just kind of let them know that, we as athletes were, our older versions of them. And, we were blessed to be able to pursue our dream and pursue it for a while, and you can do the same thing, whatever your dream may be. So, it's basically that, and it's helped a lot of kids, and I've been a part of it. There's a lot of other players who have been a part of it. So, it's a positive deal that kind of reaches back and helps young men to find something in themselves.
Sounds like a great endeavor. Sam Cunningham, thanks so much for coming on Open Season. Really appreciate it. Love the way you played the game, and you changed football 45 years ago, and we really appreciate you taking some time to talk with us here on Kcaa.
Well, thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure, and fight on Trojans. Even though we're playing Arkansas
Thanks,
State.
Sam.
But
there
I think
you go.
our third game, we got a tough one coming up. So we need to play these two well in order
You got
to
it.
be ready for
All
that
right,
one.
Sam Bam Cunningham, our guest here. We'll take a quick time out. Our phone number is 888-909-1050. We're being brought to you this afternoon by John Elway's Crown Toyota in Ontario. Up next, the Dodgers, Mattingly, the Angels, Rangers, and a whole lot more as we continue here on Open Season on KCAA AM 1050.
Hi, I'm John Elway. Did you know that John Elway's Crown Toyota is the largest volume Toyota dealer in the Inland Empire? Here to give you the details is the General Sales Manager, Kara Brindley.
Well, at John Elway's Crown Toyota, we listen to you. And ever since we've changed to our new process, we post our one price, which is our best price, up front on every single vehicle. Now, customers are telling me they look forward to buying their next car from us.
So come visit John Elway's Crown Toyota today in the Giant Ontario Auto Center where the 10 and 15 meet.
One price, simple, no games.
9MD Beverly Hills provides skincare solutions for patients undergoing cancer treatments. Personalized treatment regimens are initiated to achieve optimum remission states in those dealing with cancer. The IS Clinical Harmony Cancer Care Facial at 9MD Beverly Hills safely offers hope and relief for those challenged with the side effects and repercussions of intense cancer treatments such as radiation and chemotherapy. Rejuvenate, replenish, and soothe your skin. Let our certified technicians at 9MD Beverly Hills safely and effectively heal your skin with our IS Clinical products that are pharmaceutical grade, botanically based, paraben free, and do not enter the bloodstream. Enjoy a day of pampering and revitalize your skin with 9MD Beverly Hills and our IS Clinical Harmony Cancer Care Facial for just $179. Each patient will receive a complimentary gift bag for take-home care. For more information, please call 310-777-7511 or visit us at www.9amd.com. That's www.nainamd.com.
If you're trying to prevent home foreclosure, you need a law firm with extensive experience representing clients in protecting their homes from foreclosure. The Goodman Law Firm is a nationwide team of mortgage mitigation attorneys that provides legal advice and expertise you can trust. Our nationwide network includes local of-counsel foreclosure attorneys to represent you during the mortgage mitigation process. The Goodman firm has represented homeowners across the nation in resolving their troubled mortgages. We have the experience and the knowledge you can count on to best represent your interests. The banks have attorneys fighting to protect their interests, and so should you. Call the Goodman Law Firm at 888-800-6030. Take control of your mortgage situation today. Contact us at 888-800-6030 or through our website at arnoldgoodmanlaw.com.
KCAA, where every day is a great day. KCAA, Loma Linda.
Back once again on Open Season, and thanks for starting off your holiday weekend with us. Hope you have a great Labor Day weekend. Open Season here on KCAA AM 1050. Larry Burnett, Mark Mancini, Fred Wallen. Dodgers, well, we kind of thought they were down, and man, they were giant killers. They swept the Giants, and now they're in San Diego for a 4-game set. Fred, what are you thinking about the Dodgers right now? We hear that Miami might be interested in Don Mattingly being their manager.
I hope they are. Although I'll tell you the truth, I've been on Mattingly's case the last couple of years. This year, it's not all his fault. They don't have a normal leadoff guy. They have power, but no speed whatsoever. You don't trade D. Gordon. We talked about that last few weeks right here on Open Season. So I'm anti-Andrew Friedman. I'm anti-management. And, of course, the biggest reason I'm anti, and I'm the biggest Dodger fan there is the deal they made with Time Warner Cable. We missed all the 3 games in San Francisco, including the Bumgarner-Greinke one on the Tuesday night, which is unbelievable. They could have called Time Warner up and said, hey, we'll give you back so much money. Let DirecTV carry that, or let the other systems carry that one, or show it on commercial television, pick it up, or something. They didn't do that. That hurt me. It really did. And listen, since Peter O'Malley sold the team in 1998, the Dodgers have been run by Fox, Jamie, and Frank McCourt, and now the Guggenheims. Give me a darn break. we can do better than that. I do hope Mattingly goes to Miami. I do think Andrew Friedman right now has proven nothing. Deke Gordon is going to lead the league in hitting, or real close to it. He's going to lead the league in total hits, the National League. And if he weren't hurt, he'd finish second in stolen bases. He still might finish behind Billy Hamilton. So the point is, they blew 64 stolen bases. They have no speed whatsoever. Fred's upset. Mark Mancini, you don't care about the Dodgers. All you care about are the Pirates.
Well, I'm looking at this, and really in this town, I walk around and people tell me we have two guys that are going to take us into the playoffs and the World Series. And my word back to them is, really? Nobody looks at the gas can bullpen that imploded again last night. Nobody points their fingers into that. Poor Don Mattingly. Sometimes in life, in order to move up, you definitely got to move on. They didn't want Dee Gordon here. He took off. And if they don't want Don Mattingly, he'll turn the Miami Marlins into a contender in that meek East. So I look at it like this. Instead of putting the blame on Don Mattingly, and I've heard of the batting instructor and all this, let's put the blame where the blame should lie. Andrew Friedman, analytics and all this. They've got guys from Oakland. They brought a guy in from Tampa. They haven't won where they were. What makes you think they're going to take a $300 million payroll and turn this into a magic wand at Disneyland?
Well, let's also put it this way. As much as people may not like Mattingly, they did just sweep the Giants, and they do have a huge lead in the division. And if they can put it all together, they're going to be okay. Our number is 888-909-1050. We've got Mike joining us from Temecula. Mike, you're on Open Season. Mike, you with us?
Well, Larry, I agree with everything that you said about the Dodgers, Dee Gordon, and I think it's kind of a very bad and tasteless move by the Marlins to make an attempt at Don Mattingly during the season. I think it's in poor taste, actually.
Well, there are whispers, Mike.
Yeah. Well, the whispers have reverberated through the entire fan base and the Dodger locker room. That being said, the Dodgers have a $300 million payroll, and what I do as a community service when I do go to Dodger games, I periscope as much of it as I can to the non-Time Warner customers, and they are very grateful for that. So
you're a pirate.
Well, I'm from Pittsburgh, but I've been here since I was 10 years old. So
you have a question for us, Mike?
Sure, I do. What do you think the Dodgers can do to help in between the 7th and 9th inning when Kenley Jansen is traditionally brought in?
So you're looking at that middle relief, which has just been volatile all year long.
You know, they've had about 10 different guys try to play those roles. None of them have gotten it done. Jansen has. I mean, you know, maybe he takes some extra pitches. Maybe he throws 25 pitches. Maybe you don't want that in the 9th inning. But I think he's only blown 2 saves all season long. I think he's 28 for 30. So he's among the top 20% of relievers. But to get there, I don't know what the answer is. They've tried everything, and none of their answers have been answers. They've been questions. And hey, Mike, thanks for the call very, very much from Temecula. Larry, I want to say one thing about Sam Cunningham.
Yeah.
There's a book by a friend of mine, Steve Travers. He wrote it a few years ago called One Night, Two Teams. It's that story of that night where the Trojans win 42-21 over Alabama, and how Bear Bryant and John McKay had planned this for a couple of years. And when the Alabama fans, who didn't want black players, saw what USC did to their white players, all of a sudden they accepted black players.
Yeah, right.
And within a few years, they were quite happy with black players as long as they win. So changed the football. I just wanted to tell about Sam Cunningham had a great night that night. The Trojans did, and the game of college football did. And the book is called One Night, Two Teams by an excellent author, although he is a very much right-winger.
Oh, my God.
But we are still friends. We are still good friends. One Night, Two Teams by Steve Travers. Pick it up all your major bookstores and all Amazon and places like that.
And the interesting thing about Sam Cunningham, he grew up in Santa Barbara. And he really didn't expect to play much at all in that game. He wound up rushing for 135 yards. His total that year was under 500 yards rushing. So when he had to get it done in a critical game for so many reasons, he got it done. Angels, they are busy. They've got a 9-game homestand. Texas, then the Dodgers, and Houston. I want to talk a little bit about Donald Trump and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Trump's making all kinds of noise. And listen, this is not a political show, but when it crosses over the way this did, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar did an op-ed piece for a newspaper in which he basically said that he didn't think Trump was handling himself with poise. He was messing with the First Amendment, and people were trying to cover the events. And Donald Trump, in a handwritten response, said, "Now I know why the press always treated you so badly. They couldn't stand you. The fact is, you don't have a clue about life and what has to be done to make America great again. Best wishes, Donald Trump." This is Trump sending this to Jabbar. And Kareem afterwards shared with the Washington Post, he said, "Trump's response to my piece is the best, though inelegant, support for my claims. Here again, he attacks a journalist who disagrees with him, not by disputing the points made, but by hurling schoolyard insults such as, 'Nobody likes you.'" Oh, my goodness, Fred.
1968, Kareem does not go to the Olympic Games. He's making a point. Racism in this country in the Vietnam War. He's opposed to racism, and he is opposed to the Vietnam War. He's always been very political. He compared, on one side, Bernie Sanders, to the other side, Donald Trump.
Right.
Donald Trump can't take it. Donald Trump goes after everybody that disagrees with him, even a little bit. What basically Kareem said is, Trump's not going to win. And I will state here unequivocally, Donald Trump will not win. Now, he said he's not going to run as a third-party candidate, so he's got to get the Republican, if you believe him. So that means he's got to get the Republican nomination. He will not get the Republican nomination. Even if he does, he can't win. I admit there's a lot of stupid people in this country, but they're not stupid enough to vote for a stupid man.
Okay, let's get off the soapbox here a little bit and talk about the thing with Jabbar and not who's going to win a president.
Jabbar goes on MSNBC last night and for 5 minutes told the truth about Donald Trump, that Donald Trump had no right going after Megyn Kelly, had no right going after women, going after Mexicans, going after anybody he disagrees with. And at this point, he's a show. That's all he is a show. And that's basically what Kareem said. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who's got a new book out next month, I think, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is 100% correct.
I want to make a point here before we go off the air. And we're back again next Friday night at 6 o'clock. Hopefully you'll join us for that. A lot has been said about fan safety in ballparks. And, certainly we've seen deaths, we've seen injuries. And I did a little scouting around, and it's certainly not a new problem. It's happened way back in August of 1957. Richie Ashburn was playing for the Philadelphia Phillies. He hit a fan with a foul ball twice in the same at-bat. The same fan in the same at-bat. His first foul ball hit Alice Roth in the face and broke her nose. They delayed the game while they tended to her and started to take her out. And then as they restarted the game, she's being taken out on a stretcher. Ashburn fouled off the very next pitch to him and hit Alice Roth as she was being taken out on the stretcher. A little bit bizarre. Fan safety, it's been a problem for many, many years.
We need nets, no question about it.
Yeah, but you don't want people in cages. Yeah. I mean, they used to do. We'll talk about this again next week. We're running out of time here. Open Season brought to you by John Elway's Crown Toyota in Ontario. Monday morning, don't forget to tune in. Controlled Chaos with Gary Garver. That's at 8 a.m. on Kcaa AM 1050. I'll be on there talking sports around 8:30. Fred, where can they find you if they're looking for you?
Well, 9:30 on KCAA, Monday through Thursday, and of course Friday nights on Sports Byline at 10 o'clock, and Sunday morning at 9 a.m. On Sports Byline, and you get that, of course, on all the apps and whatever the case might be. And Mark Mancini, when can we get you?
blogtalkradio.com/Mancini Sports, primetime with the Stables, Tuesdays 4 Pacific, 7 o'clock Eastern, 97 talents now across this blessed country.
And you can find me at www.larrybmedia.com. Appreciate everybody tuning in. We'll see you back here next week. Thanks to John Elway Crown Toyota in Ontario. And until next week, see if you can have a little fun out there, okay?
You're on board KCAA's Inland Talk Express. KCAA, Loma Linda, 1050 a.m., the station that leaves no listener behind.
Consider this your invitation to sell. At buysellmakeoffer.com, you can sell as much as you want for the next 60 days without paying any fees whatsoever. Sound incredible? It is, and it's true. Buysellmakeoffer.com is the new exciting way to sell your stuff online. Make extra money right now. Sell your old car, furniture, video games, household items, clothes, even your home. Sell anything that's legal. Load up your stuff to sell right now at buysellmakeoffer.com. This is your official invitation to get on board to sell your stuff right now. Free for the next 60 days. And once you see how easy it is, you'll want to sign up for more because there are no item fees. That's right. Take this opportunity to move items from the other guys and sell it for free. You might even win a Samsung tablet, Amazon gift cards, and other cool prizes. BuySellMakeOffer.com is the future of online selling. You can use Skype to talk to your buyer or seller. Plus, you can use video to showcase your items. BuySellMakeOffer.com.
Freeway Auto Center is your road to home. Now open and ready to send you home in a much better car than you're driving now. Freeway Auto Center